exciting start. But hi, I'm Jennifer Rubins, and I'm from the Penguin Random House Library Marketing team. And I just wanted to kick it off by mentioning that we have a new website. So if you haven't seen it yet, there's plenty of audiobook content on there. We hope you check it out. There's audiobooks for adults, audiobooks for kids. There's lots of audiobook news. And if you haven't seen it, it's where the new booksontaped.com now has been integrated with all of the formats to make hopefully all of your library lives easier. So next up, we're going to start with some iconic voices. So is there anyone better to kick this off than Ms. Barbra Streisand herself? So we are just so excited for this long-awaited memoir by this superstar of stage, screen, recordings, and television, of course. And it's read by none other than Barbra herself. She is a living legend. Her career spanning 6 decades has excelled in every area of entertainment, and she has one of the greatest and most recognizable voices in popular music, and she's been nominated for a Grammy 46 times. And so in My Name is Barbra, she tells her own story about her life and her extraordinary career, from growing up in Brooklyn to her first star-making appearances in New York nightclubs, to her breakout performance, of course, in Funny Girl, the musical and the film, to the long string of successes in every medium. And so this audiobook, like Barbra herself, is going to be frank, funny, opinionated, and charming. She recounts her early struggles as an actress. She recalls the effort in making Yentl, her direction of The Prince of Tides, so many incredible achievements. No entertainer's memoir has been more anticipated. And what's really amazing about the audiobook, in addition to the fact that it's read by Barbra herself, is that it's going to feature additional anecdotes and music that are exclusive to the My Name is Barbra audiobook. And then next up, Dolly Parton, Behind the Seams, My Life in Rhinestones. This is a beautiful celebration of Dolly Parton's iconic sense of style through entertaining personal stories, interviews with friends and family, music, and archival interview and performance clips. So, I mean, I don't need to tell you, she's one of the most honored and revered female singer-songwriters of all time, with 11 Grammy Awards and 51 nominations. But as you librarians might know, she also calls herself the book lady. And that's because to date, she's donated over 200 million books to children around the world with her Imagination Library. So we're so thrilled that, in addition to the fact that, in 1999, she was inducted to the Country Music Hall of Fame. In 2022, she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And in 2023, she was invited by the American Library Association to be an honorary lifetime member. So we're so proud, and we're thrilled to have Behind the Seams on our list. And what's so neat about the audiobook, it's a real companion to the beautiful illustrated photographed book that is also, of course, on sale in October. And so this true companion piece to the hardcover allows you to hear Dolly's voice. It features interviews, including audio clips of some of the people who have dressed her over the years, as well as some music. And if you haven't heard her children's book, which I also love listening to with my kids, it's Dolly Parton's Billy the Kid Makes It Big, and you can hear her on that as well. Okay. So some more iconic inspiration for names that you know quite well and voices you know even better. The world's greatest bodybuilder, the world's highest paid movie star, the leader of the world's 6th largest economy, Arnold Schwarzenegger, is coming to audio. And it's amazing that, it's in the description of his book, they say, it sounds like the setup to a joke. He has done all these incredible things that don't often sound like they go together, and it's not by accident. And so in this audiobook, he shares his 7 rules to follow to realize your true purpose in life. And he goes through his own journey of reinvention and achievement. And it's really for absolutely anyone. It's got inspiration for everyone. I think it's great for fans of green lights, which you also see on your screen there. And I really love, if you haven't checked out what Arnold Schwarzenegger said on his Instagram about recording the audiobook, he said, it was just a very humbling process, and not necessarily what you would expect for him, but it's very much in line with this book about finding your purpose and willing to accept that you might have certain fears or shortcomings and how to tackle them. And so he said that, when you listen to the audiobook, he hopes you're inspired not just by the words, but by the process of recording them. And I will just slip that in the chat in case you want to check it out, because I found it really interesting and inspiring to hear from someone like that about his recording process, and I love to see it. And of course, I mentioned Green Lights. I think Be Useful by Arnold is great for your many, many, many fans of the audiobook of Green Lights. And then also, we now have a picture book on audio called Just Because by the one and only Matthew McConaughey. It's his debut picture book. And he tackles these amazing questions that kids will so relate to and adults will relate to as well. Like, have you ever felt worried and excited at the same time? Like right now, when I started this webinar, I think I need to listen to his audiobook immediately following this. Have you ever thought there was more than one right answer to a question? And he talks about contradictions, and it has trademark humor and wisdom from the voice that we love. And it's just really soulful and irreverent and fantastic for, you know, listening in the car when you're traveling or just at bedtime with your kids. And another iconic voice from one of our generation's most powerful artists and incisive storytellers comes the upcycled self. So in case you don't know offhand, what does upcycle mean as a verb? It means to recycle something in such a way that the resulting product is of a higher value than the original item, or to create an object of greater value from a discarded object of lesser value. So Tariq Trotter, better known as Black Thought, is the platinum-selling, Grammy-winning co-founder of The Roots, of course, and one of the most skilled and profound rappers the culture has ever produced. But his story, which you may not know, began with a horrible tragedy that as a child, he burned down his family home. And so in this book, it's not just riveting and moving about, you know, being an artist, but it really gives listeners a model of what it means to live an examined life and to, you know, share dramatic stories and the complexities that we go through in trauma and in love. And you don't have to take my word for it, because Lin-Manuel Miranda said, one of hip hop's greatest MCs unpacks his harrowing, remarkable journey in his own words with enough insights for 2 lifetimes. And it's going to be an incredible listening experience. And then speaking of incredible listening experiences, Build the Life You Want is now available, written and read by Arthur C. Brooks and Oprah Winfrey. It's about how you can get happier and how you can have an adventure getting happier, because they really integrate cutting edge science and their years of very, you know, incredible experiences to help people translate ideas into action. And I think nothing's better for translating ideas into action than listening to the audiobook and just wanting to get up and go as you listen to it. And then next up, many of these need very little introduction, but coming soon, new and on CD, we have some amazing titles. Rachel Maddow is going to trace the fight to preserve American democracy back to World War II. This is out November 14th, read by her. Sophie Kinsella is back with a delightful new rom-com. It's always laugh out loud. I love hearing the British humor come to life on audio. The download will be out October 10th and the CD on October 24th. The little-known author John Grisham is delivering his stunning new legal thriller. It marks the return of Mitch McDear, who is the brilliant hero of The Firm, and that comes November 14th. So we're so excited to hear what happened next in that story. And then, of course, there's lots of exciting Scott Brick-read blockbusters with Cussler and Clancy. And I'm really excited, I have to point out on this slide, that Lauren Ambrose will be back to read the sequel to the #1 Library Reads pick, The Maid, in The Mystery Guest by Anita Prose. And she already got an Audiophile Earphones Award for the first installment in this now series, where they said that her narration is perfection. And I'm really excited. If you haven't heard, we have a wonderful new way for you to enhance your digital audiobook collection with listens that bring Latin American folktales to life in both Spanish and English. And so we've partnered with New York City's Teatro Sea. They are the premier Latino children's theater in the United States. I highly suggest you check out their website. It's so incredible. And we're publishing a collection of 9 bilingual audiobooks this fall. They're very immersive. They're based on the theater company's productions for young audiences, and they're written by the theater's artistic director. And so they have full cast narration, they have music, they have sound effects. They bring classic folktales to life and fairy tales to life from throughout Latin America. And they also are narrated by notable Latin voices. So I hope you will check these out and share them. It's perfect family listening, and it's perfect for Hispanic Heritage Month. And then next up, Christopher Paolini is back. He is, of course, the master storyteller and internationally best-selling author. And so we all get to return to the world of Aragon in this fantasy. It's set a year after the events of the inheritance cycle. And of course, the big news here is that Gerard Doyle is back. He has gotten incredible reviews for reading all of the books in the series. And Christopher Paolini shared himself how he's just so thrilled that Gerard is back. He said in his Instagram post recently that Gerard has been on the journey since Aragon, and I'm so glad he'll be back for Murtagh audiobook. Audiobook listeners will hear from yours truly on the recording too. So that's right. You'll hear from the author himself also on the audiobook, which is very exciting. And I think also this has so much crossover potential for adults as well as the YA audience, because so many fans of Paolini have literally grown up alongside him. So we're so thrilled to have this back on our list. And then on here, you probably already know about Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare, where two outcasts find themselves caught in a web of forbidden love. And it's read by the incredible actors Christian Coulson, many you know from Harry Potter, and Fiona Hardingham, who I absolutely adore. And then The Olympian Affair is read by Ewan Morton, who has a history of reading many of Jim Butcher's incredible titles. Library Journal said many years ago of his performance in The Aeronauts Windlass that his charming reading endows each character with a distinctive voice. So we expect no less here. And then, of course, The Ruined by Renee Audier comes in December. And family listening, Remember Us by Jackie Woodson. This is, of course, the National Book Award winner who has such an incredible gift for narrating in addition to writing. And so she brings listeners this powerful story that delves deeply into life's burning questions about time and memory and what we take with us into the future. And as you can see, it already got a starred review from School Library Journal. And I think just to mention about the audio, that what's so incredible about her writing is that she has these relatable narrators. And in this one, it's a teen who's really struggling with feeling comfortable in her own skin, and to hear Jackie Woodson capture that on audio really, I think, just makes it so much more immersive for the listeners who really need to hear what she has to say. And it's just a really amazing celebration about finding the good in hard times. And I hope I'm not going too quickly. I did share a list. I have a couple minutes left. Carl Hyacin is always a joy. He's so much fun to listen to on audio because you can listen above your reading level. I think especially reluctant readers who want to laugh out loud while also getting some really incredible messages along the way. This is a great title to introduce to them. Wrecker is, of course, takes place in Florida, as his novels do, and he needs to deal with smugglers and grave robbers and pooping iguanas. So I'll leave you with that, and you can find out more. And then the incredible Kate DiCamillo has an amazing new audiobook, The Puppets of Spellhorse, read by Alan Corduner, who I adore. And if anyone can bring an incredible theatrical tale to life, it is Alan Corduner, paired with the, amazing Kate DiCamillo, and that comes out in October and already has a star from Booklist. And this is also a projected trio of novellas. And also on this slide, of course, Willy Wonka is back in the new film Wonka. He'll be played by Timothée Chalamet. We're excited to announce this reader very soon for the audiobook edition, but the movie will have an all-star cast, so expect lots of interest from your patrons of all ages, I think, to hear the latest in Roald Dahl's incredible, delicious, chocolatey world. And then I just wanted to leave you with the opportunity to sign up to receive items that spread the word in your library that, of course, audiobooks are not cheating. So I'm going to put that in the chat as well. And I hope you'll join our list. And we're excited to share materials with you soon to spread the spoken word at your library. And finally, just a reminder, I know I get asked this question a lot. Do you have items coming on Playaway as well? We do. And we're so thrilled to partner with them. And these are just some of the titles that they're coming out with this fall. So look for those. And just lastly, two things we're really excited about. Our Morning Buzz. If you haven't joined us before, our next episode's October 11th. Please sign up and join us to hear the latest of lots of fun categories in all formats of titles that we're thrilled to tell you about. And finally, there's a new banned book site that Penguin Random House has launched, and we hope that you'll check it out, see what we're doing, see what you can do, and we can all hopefully band together to fight censorship. Thank you so much.